Bitcoin is creating a weekly bullish divergence, which is massive for Bitcoin. Historically speaking, when we see this divergence coming in, Bitcoin pumped exponential towards the upside. We are seeing a hidden bullish divergence on the MACD momentum. And the last time we saw this happening in a bear divergence, this whole down move started towards this point we are at right now. We have been predicting the markets over the 24-hour perfectly here. Right now we are rejecting our resistance zone, but this is what will happen next to Bitcoin, and this is how I want to be anticipating on it. Yesterday in a video we talked about this topside liquidity that was laying here and that it was a high possibility that we will take it out, and that's exactly what we have been seeing right now. But there is liquidity stacked below this low. Is that something we need to worry about? We are perfectly on track to making this really nice higher low mark here, and that will cause a massive pump towards the upside for Bitcoin. We have seen a massive outflow of exchanges overnight, which is a really good signal for Bitcoin. We will dive into that and way more. But first of all, please make sure to follow me over on X to never miss something throughout the day in crypto. You can join my free Telegram link in the bio here or in the description of this video, the first link. And of course, please make sure to subscribe over on my YouTube channel to support me and like this daily update video if you love them. And then for now, we will dive right away into the charts because it's really exciting to see. We have been creating a bullish divergence for Bitcoin. So right here, Bitcoin created a low here, but the RSI was lower. We saw a pump towards the upside for Bitcoin of approximately 120%, which is massive. Then what we saw from this low towards this low, RSI made a lower low, while price made a higher low, so we created a divergence. And from that point we pumped 70% towards the upside. Right now we are making a higher low from off this point, but if we look at the RSI, we are creating a lower low once again, and that will cause for a new divergence. And if we look at the past, we can see that this was a high confident signal here. Every single time we saw this happening, Bitcoin easily pumped 70% towards the upside, and that is what I'm expecting next here, because I think a 50% pump from over here is a really likely point, and that will cause for new all-time highs anytime soon for Bitcoin, which is massive, of course. Then if we look at the MACD momentum here, we can see that we are creating a hidden divergence. So we are creating a lower low and we are creating a higher low on price. We have seen this before, but then in the bear scenario, the RSI went from a higher high to a lower high. Price went from a higher high towards a new higher high. That will cause for a divergence. When we saw that happening, price dumped towards the point we are at right now, and that was approximately a 35% dump. But right now, we are seeing a bullish divergence getting created. That will mean that this dump is probably over for Bitcoin, but better that we are starting our next leg towards the upside, which easily can pump Bitcoin 35%. And if we see that, we will easily see a Bitcoin of approximately $100,000, which is massive, of course. We have been predicting the markets perfectly over the past 24 hours because we have been drawing a red zone right over here, and I said if we break that red zone, we will see more upside coming for Bitcoin. That is exactly what we have been seeing here. But right now, we are tapping into the resistance zone. I also talked about in yesterday's video. If you want to see this, please make sure to watch that one as well. This was a really good short. I said you can sell your crypto here, you can trade this towards the downside, and right now we are rejecting from off that level perfectly here. But right now, where am I looking for trades? Because I think Bitcoin will pump here in the upcoming week, but we want to see a little cool down happening for Bitcoin, and I'm looking at the $87,730 here for a long entry. This is the exact level where I'm looking for a trade. Also, we have been creating much liquidity on the lower side, and I will talk about that in a later moment of this video. But that is something you really want to keep in mind, because it's easy to take them out to trade it further towards the upside. That's why this second green zone is also very important for Bitcoin. So these are the two zones I am looking for a nice trade and also spot buy, because I bought spot at approximately this point and I sold it at this red resistance zone. So now I'm waiting for price to drop further towards the downside and scale in the markets once again to make really nice gains. And of course, a day trade is also possible from off these levels. I will keep you posted about these levels over on my X page and of course in my free Telegram group. So please make sure to follow me over on X to join my free Telegram group, to never miss a setup in crypto once again, and of course subscribe on my YouTube channel to see those daily updates here and never miss a setup once again. And if you want to trade those setups, please make sure to sign up on WeX through the link in the description. You will have the best trading circumstances possible for your trades. And I am giving the signals right here. I'm giving you setups. The only thing you need to do is execute them over on WeX, the best exchange out there. And talked about liquidity before, but what we have seen is we took top side liquidity, took it out. Right now we left some lower side liquidity here and some buy side liquidity. Like I said, price pump towards the upside, and with this chart we left liquidity on the lower side here, and it is really easy to push price further towards the downside to take everyone out, and then this next zone is below us to trade it further towards the upside. And that's exactly what we are seeing on this chart here. We see that yellow zones is the liquidity that is possibly get taken out by Bitcoin. So right now I'm keeping my eye on that level as well. If we take that out, dump towards the upside, take everyone out here, it is a really nice moment to look for longs in price, because that will probably mean Bitcoin will move further towards the upside if we see so. Then this chart is a really important chart, because I've been talking about this chart a lot in the past weeks, but it is perfectly unfolding like predicted. I said we are still in a massive uptrend for Bitcoin, and I was one of the only persons that said it. We are still creating higher highs and higher lows. I said this blue zone is the zone to make a higher low. If we break that zone, we will probably see more blood coming for Bitcoin. But what we have seen here is that we are perfectly bouncing from off that zone and create a perfect higher low, as we have seen right over here, as we have seen right over there, which is massive. And the next reaction was always a new higher high for Bitcoin. And that is exactly what I'm expecting right now. And we have seen this move over and over again in this bull run. We have been predicting this chart perfectly, because this red blue zone, I talked about it in my videos and I said it was a great opportunity to buy. If you listen to that and bought your Bitcoin around the 83.5k level, you would have been up 10%. And that's why it's so important to subscribe over on my YouTube channel to never miss calls like this, because I'm literally giving free alpha to you guys. Then if you look at some on-chain data, we can see that $1.8 million just left the exchanges overnight, and that's massive. That is really important, because that is probably a big institutions that put their Bitcoin on exchanges to maybe sell them if we dropped further towards the downside. But now they are pulling them back towards their cold storage, which is massive, and probably they're not tend to sell it anymore. And that is a really important thing to know. If institutions don't want to sell their Bitcoin right now and even buy more, because there is some on-chain data that the institutions are buying Bitcoin again, then the next reaction will be up for Bitcoin. So this chart is really important to keep in mind, and this is actually massive here. This is a sign I have never seen before on Bitcoin. And that is a massive thing to see. That was it for today's video. Please make sure to follow me over on X, join my free Telegram link in the bio, and of course subscribe over on my YouTube channel. Like this daily update video if you love those updates, and I will see you tomorrow by a brand new Crypto Daily Update video.